Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, it's the top 5 win rate decks of March 2025. So what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at the top 5 win rate decks that have been rocking the meta in the last 7 days and showing them off from number 5 to number 1. If that sounds good to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host. All glory to the Hypnotoad, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you once again from my, say it with me, secret underground headquarters. I heard you. And it's top 5 win rate decks day. Let's do the song now. Top 5 win rate decks day. Top 5 win rate decks day. Yeah, it's win rate decks day. So this is when we take a look at the decks that are doing the hottest in the middle of the month. So we're at the middle of the month. It's March 2025. What is hot? What is not? You know what I don't care about? What's not? We're looking at the hot decks right now. So the secret is we go out to Untap GG. We got things turned down to just the top of the tier list for the last 7 days. That's so that we can have variation from month to month to month. And we'll see what we got. And yeah, so the thing is this month is very much like last month. For all the fact that we're trying to tune in for variation, yeah, it turns out that within a particular meta area, which would be since the last set's been released until the next set comes out, we pretty much dialed it in. Sure, the decks are going to jockey for position a little bit, but really, 4 of the 5 decks from last month are in this month's lineup as well. Some are higher, some are lower, and we'll point those out when we get to that. All right, so without much more ado, let's take a look at the number 5 deck. All right, we're playing against Tibia. Tibia and Stinky Dog. Stinky Dog, Stinky Dog. What are they feeding you? Burst lighting, we gotta go for it. We don't have very much going on here. I was hoping for a nice curve. We don't got it. He's coming out slow. Hopefully our fastness is going to be decent. All right, we go. Baby makes at least one baby. No, we're not going to blow that up. Maybe a little monstrous rage on it will do a little blowing up. I think we take out any target with it. I want to go for people's faces because that's where we like. We like faces. My guess is put out something small. We'll be able to burst lighting it. We can continue to go in. Yeah, there we go. Yoink. And don't really want to blow that guy. Maybe. All right, we got him at 4. Let's not. Because you can do it X the number of creatures you control. All right, great. Those little guys are nothing. They're just numbers, maybe. Your biggest problem is a Seer Goblin. That's who you want to take out. Whoa. Am I willing to commit? That's the question here. Let's keep the baby maker back. I feel so bad. She loves being aggro, but I need her. I need her to pump out more. Yeah, dude, that's fine. He's down to 7. Great. We got Hasty Krinko pumping out even more. This next turn's be fantastic. Just keep the house squad going. That's what I need. You don't like that guy, huh? I should be able to put out 1 billion goblins next turn. I should have haste. Here we go. Activate ability. Activate. There we go. That should do it. And we win. Victory. All right, so here we are with Mono Red Goblins, number 5 for this month. I'll tell you what, though, this out of the decks that we were playing today, this is probably my favorite. Somehow I always love the 5th place deck. That's my favorite deck usually. What is it about this deck? It is tribal. And then even more so, it is my favorite tribal. It is Goblin tribal. And they are aggressive and they are tricksy. Yeah, this is such a fantastic deck. If you were to say which deck is the highest win rate and Dr. Suckett's like favorite because it's the most fun, it's going to be Mono Red Goblins. Oh man, this deck is so good. You know, the weird part was that even at this point, I still did not have enough. I just can't get rares. I can't get enough rares. This thing calls for 4. I ended up having to drop one of these guys because I didn't have enough. I only had 3 of these guys and I had 0 rares. I got more mythics than I have rares. It's craziness. I blame Foundation. I still have thousands of Foundation cards I don't have. I mean, because I kind of have them from previous sets. It really wasn't super important. Yet there was tons of rares that I was trying to pick up, and I just didn't have the leftovers to be able to fill out my the next set that came out here. So, anyways, I ended up putting an additional Burst Lightning in to make up for the lack of the Burnout Bastronaut. But I mean, it's just a 1/1. It's not that big of a deal, and it worked out great regardless. All right, so yeah, it's a super fun deck. It's great because the goblins help each other. We got lords in here. We have the Dropkick Bomber is a fantastic card because it basically is fling, as well as giving your guys +1/+1. So yeah, this guy is probably the MVP of this particular deck. I just managed to pull off Krinko and House Squad Heavy because House Squad Heavy gives all your goblins haste, and Krinko comes out, makes goblins equal to the number of other goblins you have, which basically then doubles the amount of goblins you have, and this then gives them all haste. That is such a fantastic maneuver. Fantastic. If you happen to have a Lord out, then they'd all be, 2/2s or something like that, which would be fantastic. This is what tribal decks are all about. It's this kind of a makeup. I remember elves used to be super good. We used to get like billion elves just fighting each other like mini Godzillas. But goblins, they just want to fight. You could see it in their stinky faces. Look at them going. I mean, who wears armor like that token right there? That's a bebe. That's what they get. They're like, welcome to the world, bebe. Here's your goggles and your spike shoulders. Anyways, there you go. 5th win rate deck for March of 2025. It is Mono Red Goblins. All right, playing against Eddie. All right, Eddie, let me, go and stuff. Okay, the biggest problem with this deck is that we have no means of actually pumping our dudes up. This guy, I need to pump him. That's the problem. I gotta hope we pull some pump here pretty quick. Here, Cubert. Here's some Energon for you. I do like the Urbrass Forge. Hopefully they can just win for me if it comes down to that. All right, 2 Slick Snot. All right, we're picking up mana. That's kind of rough for this deck. We got plenty of mana. I mean, I need 3 to get to the forges. Funny, there's only 2 in the deck, and yet we've got all of them right there. Ooh, he's playing defensive. All right, do I want to turn this guy inside out? He'll still die, so no. We get some sort of weird prowess ability. All right, so yeah, he will get bigger. But I want to be able to, I need to do the super pump on him and then throw it to him. So we'll just have to wait a little bit. Nope. All right, hopefully next turn is our turn. If not, I don't care. We're just going to do it anyway when it's time. We'll Heartfire Hero in, we'll do damage, then we'll throw him, which means we'll get 3 times the amount of damage out of him whenever he gets up to. Hopefully he won't block. See, that guy, he has potential, so I think he won't block with them. I think he'll just hope for the best. All right, here we go. All 3 are going in. Next to blockers. All right, all we got is the turn inside out. He's trying to make a decision. Next to damage. There we go. And we're going to get 15 out of the guy. And we win. And we win. We didn't even need to use the last ability. Victory! All right, so here we are with what's called Rakdos Aggro, and I would argue this is not Rakdos. Sure, that looks like a black card, but we're not using the black part of it. We are only using the red part of it. We've only got red mana. This is really a mono red deck. But yeah, no, it focuses entirely upon basically trying to use the burn together, which is fling, to do what needs to be done. And so it's all about basically Heartfire Hero. The biggest problem with this deck, and the thing you got to know about it, is that it is so fragile because Heartfire Hero he's the guy that says whenever this creature dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. So you pump it up, it does damage. Hopefully you'll get that level of damage through. Then you fling it, which means it will die. So therefore you are going to get the fling power, which is equal to its power. So that means it's double the amount of damage you're dealing. And then you'll get the its power as well. So therefore you'll get a 3rd level. So if you can get this thing up to 5, which happens pretty well with like turn inside out, then that means you're going to get 15 points of damage squeezed out of this guy. Now, if he gets blocked, you'll only be doing 10. But you just got to know those numbers. Anybody else you're going to be doing this to, Monastery Swift Sphere or Slick Snot Show Off, they're going to be okay. It's just you're not going to get that 3rd level of damage being done. They might pump up, and they'll do very well at it too, and you'll be able to fling it, and that'll win it. What I really like about this deck is Urabrask Forge, just because I love Urabrask Forge. I mean, if you had 4 of them in here, that'd be great. But this is like almost a mono red aggro deck, and paying 3 for something is just way too much. So yeah, this one is big time waiting. Cacophony Scump is great because it's just like the Heartfire Hero as far as it will do its damage to things. So this is another one you get 3 times active, but you have to, pump a lot into him. He doesn't increase, like Heartfire Hero, whenever you cast a creature target ability, you put a Popo counter on it, so he'll pump himself up. But this guy's practically the same. Anyways, those are the guys you got to watch out for, the ones with the 3rd level. But, other than that, this deck is still very, very dangerous. Anyways, it's number 4 for March. Rakdos Aggro. All right, we're playing against GSAPerson. GSAPerson. We got no white. Let's mulligan this. Keep it. And let's get rid of the little boy blue there. All right, still, we're just going to put out the Swordmaster and have the mana for a full baby maker out of that, but we'll just do what we can. He's gone first, and he's got the mono red, so I think we're not going to make this out of this that well. All right, let's pop it in. Monstrous Rage. All right, so I can kill a Slick Snot. This guy's sneaking in when he's not looking. Oh, do I have to pay this only for something else? That's ridiculous. All right, we'll set it up. He's going to play... He didn't have anything. He didn't play anything out of his hand. All right, Hired Claw. The Claw. Take it in, Jellybean Princess. Here we go. All right, I got to start playing a little defensively. Bullsh Lightning is going to be a surprise for him that he's not going to expect. He's got nothing but creatures. That's his big problem there. Don't want to give up the Hired Claw. That's the deal. We'll just do it this way. It's fine. Cancel. Let's try that again. Stop it. All right, so that's it. Monsters fades off. He could probably kill the Hired Claw. Nope, he's looking for my face. Good for him. Do I have any mites to pump? I certainly do. Pump! All right, you want to chump? You can chump. Chump, chump, chump. All right, he's hoping he'll be able to do 8 points of damage to me in this turn. It's a possibility. Mono Red has the ability to just go to Crazy Town. He just hasn't traditionally shown that he's had the cards for it. All right, let's hope Manifold Mouse is his downfall. Let's pop it up. Auto pay. Let's give it over. Next to combat. Everybody's in. 1, 2. Double strike and trample. Whatever. There we go. You can't have double strike, can you? All right, come on. That double strike should be more than enough. You can pile it all in front. Everybody. I think I could do 3 points. There's those first strikes. All right, you can do 2 points of damage to somebody, but it's not going to matter at this point. Just me, huh? All right, I'm down to 4. And pop, pop, pop. And victory! And victory. All right, so we are with Boros Mice, number 3 this month. What is it about Boros Mice? Number 1, it's just like mono red mice, which is, you know, pretty hot. And so we've got the Manifold Mouse, which gives your Emberheart Challenger and your Heartfilled Hero, you know, the pump that it needs. Mabel's the big weird one because, you know, she gives us that nice equipment that gives your guy what? Vigilance and Trample and Haste and +1/+1. That's a pretty decent equipment, and it only costs 2. And the thing is, you have to pick out the mouse to be able to get it in the first place. I mean, she's a little tornado of demonality there. The cool thing about this deck, in my opinion, is Sheltered by Ghosts. You know, it's like being able to actually pin stuff down. Personally, to me, this was my favorite card of Duskmourn, and I think it's still doing really good. This is great. Wait, this wasn't Duskmourn. This was the Amber Bloomer. No, that's Duskmourn. Why are we looking at a mouse there? I don't know. It's Duskmourn because it's the Moth set. Yeah. All right, so anyways, it's mono red aggro, but with a little bit of white mixed in there to help make things better. I think the deal is that somebody wanted to play Mabel, but you know, you just can't turn down Sheltered by Ghosts. Because the thing is, when you go in head-to-head with mono red, Sheltered by Ghosts and the Shardmaid Rescue are the 2 things that are going to really change the tide here. Because they'll put out something, maybe it'll get a little big, you'll just get rid of it. And suddenly they're like, I don't know what to do. Or they'll try to shoot one of your guys, which is usually devastating when you're in a head-to-head aggro off, right? But then Shardmaid's Rescue just says, nope, that's not going to happen. They just wasted their turn. They lost all their momentum. And then you're ready to start maximizing it. Because that just flips it over. For whoever's going first is now going second once you lose your momentum like that. So anyways, it's a great deck. It's not quite as aggressive as true mono red is. But, you know, if you're looking to play some tricks, it's a great way to go. All right, so there you go. Number 3 for March, Boros Mice. And we're playing against Prosten. Something like that. Heath? No, kitty. All right, so I think Hasty Mouse is our first mouse. Let's go for that. We can beat that guy's butt. All right, we just got to be a little careful about what our actions are. Because this guy's going to obviously get bigger. We might need to lightning strike somebody or Monster's Rage trick him. That's probably the best course of action. The question is if he tries to attack. And keep it up. All right, we got Manifold Mouse. And let's pop it in. Double strike. Next to blockers, what are you going to do? There we go. This is mono redding it. He is down to 6. I could just shoot him in the face for 3. The trample could be good. Double strike. All right, we can Screaming Nemesis it. That's going to be the deal. Yeah, no blocks. Everything's fine. Ooh, but little boys are going to be a problem. Yeah, you. Double strike. This is it. No math. I got 2 guys that can't be blocked. I'll be able to shoot for at least, I guess, 1 point of damage to somebody's face. Trample, do what you need to do there, baby. All right, down to 4. And we got one more right there. No math. There we go. Winner, winner. Victory dinner. All right, here we are with Mono Red Aggro. What I don't like about this version of Mono Red Aggro is it's not tribal. That's what I don't like about it. But what it is, it's probably the most efficient killing machine in Magic Card Standard today. That's what we got here. It's like it's like one of those Hellraiser guys where you've stripped off somebody's skin and it's just down to the muscle and goo. You know, that's what this is. It's just the most efficient killing machine. Everything is fast, everything is just cheap, and you just come at people so hard. The only thing that can defeat a deck like this is another version of itself. Black has a hard time keeping up. I mean, it probably is the next best thing is because they can sit there and kill your creatures, but it's nothing but creatures for the most part. We got a little bit helping it out, but it's like we could just keep coming at them with hasty creatures again and again and again. But yeah, it's just, and life gain would be the other one. If you can gain life faster than the amount of time that it takes for me to kill it, then yeah, you got a good way of staying away. But man, this deck is as primal and as awful as it can be. Mono Red's always in the top 5, and that's the reason why, is because it's so incredibly good. You know, Mono White Soldier was the bee's knees for like 2 years, and I'm so happy to see it gone. That's all I was praying for forever, to our Black Queen Sheoldred. Now it's gone, but Mono Red's still up, and we got it at number 2 for this month. So let's enjoy it all. Mono Red Aggro, number 2 for March. All right, playing against Stairway to Heaven. Starway to Heaven. All right, these guys are coming out slow. Jace, really? All right, whatever. All right, here's 2. Let's start getting things in the graveyard, apparently. It looked like an Omniscience to me. And the Abuelo's Awakening, great. Let's shove those to the side. Just got to get to 4 mana, and then we have all the mana in the world. At this point, I'm fine with that. If I want to do a Jace, let's just hold out with Refutes. Why would I do that? All right, whatever. The reason why I did that is because I just started pushing buttons, and apparently I was on the wrong button at the time. There you go. Suck it! All right, now we get to do whatever we want. And you win the game. Victory! All right, so we're here with Azorius Omniscience. And apparently it's the best, highest win rate deck out there right now. Here's my deal. I'm going to tell you straight up. I do not know how this deck wins. I have zero idea. Because like all this thing does is just put things into your graveyard, draw cards, and then eventually gets Omniscience out. That's it. That's it. That's all it does. Then you're playing with the stuff in your sideboard, right? And even then, what does it do? Well, you kind of got a little bit of control. You know, you got the ability to draw more cards, some balancing, and then you have the ability to breach the multiverse. So then you're playing your opponent's cards at that point, right? And that's how you have to win the game, is by hoping that your opponent has something decent in their deck. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Usually the way I win with this deck is I put out Omniscience and then people pee their pants and just give up the game. So yeah, there you go. I've watched videos on this. I've watched it. I still don't get it. I don't know, man. So this is where I feel like I'm failing as your Magic card voodoo daddy, because this deck and me, we just don't understand each other. All right, there you go. Number 1 for March, Azorius Omniscience. And here we are with the lineup for this month. What do we got? We got Azorius Omniscience. We got Mono Red Aggro, Boros Mice, Rakdos Aggro, and Mono Red Goblins. Yeah, taking a look at last month, what did we have? It was Mono Red Aggro, Boros Mice, Boros Auras, Azorius Omniscience, and Rakdos Aggro. So yeah, we dropped Boros Auras, and we gained Mono Red Goblins. I'm cool with that. Boros Auras is pretty much just Boros Mice. It's almost exactly the same. So I don't really understand exactly why we needed to have 2 in there before. But, and then Azorius Omniscience. Let's talk about that stupid deck. I don't quite understand. I don't understand how to play it. I don't understand it. Once again, it's just, sure, I can get out the Omniscience. I can get it out, but then I can draw a lot of cards, and I guess then what am I supposed to do? Bounce their stuff back or something? Do I even have bounce that one? The funny part is, if you take a look at the Azorius Omniscience deck out there, there's a lot of different ways of playing it. And I just don't see what the win condition is for it. So I don't know. You'll have to figure it out. So it's somehow lots of people are playing with it and lots of people are winning with it. I just don't see how it happens. But yeah, so it's not a terrible amount of change from last month. Other than Azorius Omniscience taking over the leader spot in this whole situation. Mono red aggro decks still holding it hard. That's pretty much what's making up the rest of the slots. Pretty much this is going to be it. This is Mono Red Aggro's time. It was Mono White Soldier for the longest time, so I have no sympathy for other colors. If they want to take it, they need to earn it. Everybody else can kind of suck it at this point. This is Mono Red. I mean, Mono Red should be at the top of the list. I just kind of wish it was like one deck, Mono Red Aggro or something, and then we could see a little bit of variation mixed in there. But, I try to take a look at the stuff that's doing best in the most recent week. I'm not looking over the meta or anything like that because I want to see variation play out. Variation. And at least we're getting a little bit of that. If you decide to play with any of these decks, I hope that you have as much fun with them as I did. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.